Hello friends, in today's video we are going to compare top-down and bottom-up. So first of all, top-down is also known as memoization method, and bottom-up approach is also known as tabulation method. This one is iterative and top-down is recursive. So you may be thinking that time taken in top-down approach should be greater than time taken in bottom-up approach. It is true to an extent, but not always. Let's see on what it depends. See, in problems such as 0-1 knapsack, longest common subsequence or longest palindromic subsequence, in most of the cases number of subproblem in top-down approach is far smaller than number of subproblem in bottom-up approach. So time taken by top-down approach is smaller than bottom-up approach. And in problems such as optimal matrix chain multiplication, rod cutting, optimal binary search tree, I am giving few examples. Okay, number of subproblem in top-down approach is equal to number of subproblem in bottom-up approach. So time taken by top-down approach will be greater than time taken by bottom-up approach. It will be slight difference, but yeah, time taken by top-down approach will be greater. Why? Because it is recursive. Okay, so what is the conclusion here? Time taken totally depends upon the problem we are solving. Okay, but one thing, if you are doing competitive programming, then prefer bottom up. Why? Because there will be some corner case where you will perform better. Okay, and they are going to give you at least one corner case like that. Now what we will do, see, now ease of code writing, ease of coding. See how we have written top-down code. We have just converted recursive code to top-down code. And what were the changes we made? We made two changes. One, wherever we were returning, we saved prior to returning. Okay, and second thing was check in memo table. Check in memo table. We checked in memo table that we have calculated this particular value, that is, if we are making some function call and if that function was going for its execution, so first thing that it will do is that it will check in the memo table whether this function was calculated earlier or not. So this is the thing which we do in top-down approach, that is to convert a recursive code to a top-down code. Now come to bottom up. See, what happens in bottom up is that to write code you will have to figure out something. See, in case of 0-1 knapsack, if you are updating this particular cell of your table, then you will be taking your values from a row above it. Okay, and if you are filling a bottom up table for LPS kind of problem, then these lower diagonal values will not be needed, and for upper diagonal values, suppose you are calculating value in this particular cell, you will need your value from a row below it and a row, same row left. And suppose you are working on problem optimal matrix chain multiplication. So in these kind of problems this will not be used. And suppose you are calculating any value in this particular row, this cell, then you will need value from here, 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 or this cell left. Okay, so you have seen the varieties of table filling. So to write code, that is to write bottom up code, first you will have to figure out dependencies. That is, if I am calculating any value, my value may be dependent on what? That is, what place of my table. So first you need to figure out the dependencies. And once you have figured out the dependency, then you need to figure out how I am going to fill the table. For example, in case of optimal matrix chain multiplication, you can fill your table like this, like this. So there are multiple approaches to fill your table, and based on that you will write for loop, and inside for loop you may have to write multiple conditions. So code writing in top down is hard compared to, in bottom up is hard compared to top down. So this is the code. Now one more thing, see, when we were solving for Fibonacci numbers, we were using this formula. Fn equal to Fn minus 1 plus Fn minus 2, F1 equal to 1, F2 equal to 1. So what was top down code doing? For f of 6, f of 6 was calling f of 5, f of 5 was calling f of 4, f of 4 was calling f of 3, f of 3 was calling f of 2, then f of 3 was calling f of 1, f of 4 was calling f of 2, f of 5 was calling f of 3, and f of 6 was calling f of 4. So here we were going from larger subproblem to a smaller, and then again with the help of a smaller we were finding answer of larger subproblem. And what we were doing in bottom up approach, this is F2, this is F1. Using these two using these two we were calculated F3, and using F3 and F2 we were calculating F4. Using F4 and F3 we were calculating F5, and using F5 and F4 we were calculating F6. So from a smaller to larger problem. So this is the difference between top down and bottom up method. Now one more thing, see, suppose I have been given a problem and I want to see whether I can apply DP here or not, and if yes, then what I will do. So first of all I will check whether I can apply greedy here or not. If greedy works, then great, otherwise if it fails, then what I will do, I will write recursive or brute force code, or brute force. Basically dynamic programming is a smart brute force technique. So once you have done this, you are going to analyze recursion tree, and from recursion tree what you will figure out, whether we can apply DP here or not, and if yes, then what you will do, if yes, then you will figure out table size, table dimension, and identifier using recursion tree. And once you have done it, you will check for the dependencies. That is, basically it will tell you how to fill your table. And once you have these two, you just need to write a iterative code and fill your table. fill your table. That's all. And that's all for this video. And friends, if you have liked this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.